Bangladesh Special Court has pronounced judgment on former Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina and a death penalty has been awarded. To discuss the same, I have with me Veena Sekhri. Welcome. First, I want to know, Veena, whether or not this decision which has been taken now by the court will have impact on Indian politics as well.
No, I don't think this will have any impact on Indian politics, but I think certainly we have to look first and foremost at the nature of the decision taken by the court in Bangladesh. Is this court a valid court to try Sheikh Hasina? Actually, the ICT, International Crimes Tribunal, in Bangladesh was set up in 2010 precisely and exclusively for trying those who perpetrated war crimes in the 1971 liberation war of Bangladesh. There is no authority of this court to try something that has happened within Bangladesh, in 2024. So I think this is the first question, but we do know that Mohammed Yunus, when he came to power or became the chief advisor last August, he has been, co-opting the judiciary on his side. And the first thing he did was that through mob violence, through attacks on their homes, all the existing judges were forced to resign. The judges of the Supreme Court and High Court and the judges of the ICT and the prosecutors, all of them were forced to resign. And then Mohammed Yunus put his own people, these are people really who have loyalty to the jamaat-e-islami, they have been placed in these positions. But having done so, having changed these people in a completely unconstitutional way, because there is no parliament, there is no authority for a interim regime to change judges and appoint new judges. Now then they started this case of Sheikh Hasina, trying her in this International Crimes Tribunal, which is completely illegal and that is why it is being called a kangaroo court, and that is why the verdict is completely not acceptable. For this reason, and also for a second important reason, which is that this verdict or the evidence that has been presented in the court is of a very limited kind. They are saying 1,400 people died, but where are the post-mortem reports? How did they die? When did they die? It is known that many of these people died after 5th of August when had already left the country, and the police stations had already been attacked by the Jamaat-e-Islami and their youth wing, Islami Chhatra Shibir. And when there was no police and when there was, absolutely Sheikh Hasina had left the country, how can they have a case which indicts her and the policemen appointed by her government on for killing the students? This is absolutely, surprising to see how this can happen. We do know at the same time that those people who probably participated in the killings after 5th of August, about the attacks on the Hindus, the Buddhists, the Christians, the Sufis and the Ahmadiyyas, all these attacks which were taking place, they were done by, various people who were in the majority led by Jamaat-e-Islami, and these people have been indemnified. It has been said that they will not receive any punishment because they were participating in the uprising. So all these factors put together show that this court verdict, it is very difficult to accept. That is one. The second point. The third point comes about the statement made by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Bangladesh, saying that, here is the court verdict and now Sheikh Hasina should be sent back. This is a complete lack of understanding of how an extradition treaty works and what is the process of extradition that has to be gone through before the person whose extradition has been requested is sent back to their country. In this case, the sending of Sheikh Hasina back to Bangladesh. There has to be an entire court case in India as well. India has to receive from the government of Bangladesh all the material on the basis of which the trial in Bangladesh took place, all the evidence, all the court trial procedures, and how the decision was reached at. Then this will go through a court in India. There will be freedom for the Bangladesh government to come with their lawyers. Sheikh Hasina can have her lawyers. Government of India will have theirs. And after the whole procedure is gone through, then a decision can be taken whether Sheikh Hasina...
Right, Veena, point taken. But I also want to understand, is there a scenario or isn't an option for Sheikh Hasina to challenge this verdict?
Well, there is an option according to the law they have created there for themselves. As I said, this is not even a legal court to try Sheikh Hasina for this purpose. But they're saying that she can apply within 30 days to the Supreme Court, but she has to come back to Bangladesh for that. We know that Sheikh Hasina will not go back to Bangladesh because if she goes back immediately, they will implement the death sentence, and there is no question of her getting any trial after that. But what Sheikh Hasina has said very clearly is that she is prepared for a trial at the ICC at The Hague, the International Crimes Court, International Criminal Court, which is at The Hague, and where Sheikh Hasina's own legal law company from the UK has already filed a case and requested for a hearing. And many Awami Leaguers have also filed a case at the ICC in The Hague. And Sheikh Hasina has said that she's prepared to have a full hearing there of all sides. And whatever the verdict is there, she will abide by it. So I think the Sheikh Hasina has shown a certain openness for and a certain desire and keenness for all these, all the evidence, what actually happened last year, and who was responsible for what, all that can easily go to the ICC and be tried over there. I do hope that this request by her will be accepted.
How should India look at this? Because, as you said, that politics will not be impacted due to this decision. But overall, how should India present itself in this scenario, or should just wait and watch?
Well, I think the government of India has issued, the Ministry of External Affairs has issued a statement already saying that they have noted this decision. Sorry, and saying that they are happy to talk to all the stakeholders. Now, this means that they will talk to everybody, which means Sheikh Hasina, which means government of Bangladesh. Now, obviously, when you say talk, it is always in the context of the extradition request received from Bangladesh for Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. And certainly, when the government talks to the government of Bangladesh, they will give all the necessary rules and regulations that exist under the extradition treaty concluded between India and Bangladesh. So I think that this is very clear that government of India has an open mind. They're willing to talk. If the government of Bangladesh wants to come and talk about it, they're prepared to talk. They're not saying that we're not going to talk to you, but they will obviously explain all the rules and regulations and how this whole procedure is conducted and what is necessary for following the extradition process logically and as provided for under the law.
All right, Veena, thank you so much for taking out time and joining on this issue.